Hi friends, welcome back to Miss Laurie's Stories. Today I'm going to read The Mixed-Up Chameleon by Eric Carle. Today we're going to do lots of sign language. I'm going to teach us sign language for colors that come up in the story and the animals, and we're going to do a few animal poses for some of the animals we see in the book. But first, let's just learn the sign for chameleon. So, I just learned this one today. I actually didn't know chameleon. We're going to take your two high five hands. You can always high five this, Laurie. Ready? Woo! And you kind of want to like curl them a little bit. And then we're going to move them from side to side right in front of like by our ears. That's chameleon. Okay, so just bend your fingers a little. Chameleon. And, ooh, what does this chameleon like to eat with its long, long tongue? A fly. I'm going to teach us how to say fly in sign language because we've learned how to say bug in some other videos, but fly's a little different. So we're going to just put out one arm like in front of us like this. So bend your elbow and just put everything flat in front of you. Now we're going to use our other hand and we're going to pretend to catch a fly. Flies are really quick, so I'll do that slower. Nice. And once you get the hang of scrapping it away, the fly, you go faster. Fly. Nice. And now let's read The Mixed-Up Chameleon. On a shiny green leaf sat a small green chameleon. It moved onto a brown tree and turned brownish. Then it rested on a red flower and turned reddish. When the chameleon moved slowly across the yellow sand, it turned yellowish. You could hardly see it. My friends, what did we just learn about the chameleon? When it was on the green leaf, it turned green. On the red flower, it turns reddish. On the brown tree, it turns brownish. And in the yellow sand, it turns yellowish. Chameleons change colors for camouflage. It's a way to protect themselves so they blend into their environment, the backgrounds. And then other animals that might want to eat the chameleon cannot see it. It's very hard to see. Let's learn some of the colors that come up in this on these pages. So we're going to learn green, red, brown, and yellow. So green for the green leaf. To say green, we're going to make letter G in sign language for g, green. And it's just your pointer with your thumb right on top. This is G. Now I want to say the color green, so shake it. Green. And the leaf is, take out your pointer finger, it's like the stem, and take your other hand, just like flop it right on top. That's leaf. It's blowing in the wind. And we're going to learn red and flower. So for red, take your pointer finger again. And we're going to pretend we have like an itch on our chin. Just give a little scratch. That's red, pretty simple. And it's on a flower the chameleon went and turned red. So to say flower, we're going to use your pointer fingers a lot. You're just going to like bend it so it sticks out a little. And then put it towards one side of your nose, like you're smelling a flower. Nice. And then we're going to learn brown for the tree. So brown. High five, Miss Laurie. Tuck in your thumb. And just gently slide your hand down your face. That's brown for b-b-b-bee. Brown. And for tree, I can also teach you tree. Put out your hand again, or fly. But now you're going to rest your other arm, your elbow is bent on your hand, and the top, your hand's going to be like the top of the tree, the branches and the leaves. You pretend it's a windy day, it's shaking a little. Tree. And finally, we're going to do yellow for the yellow sand. So yellow, yellow starts with letter Y. This is Y in sign language. Now shake it. Nice. Now we learned so much. We learned green and brown and red and yellow. Let's keep reading. When the chameleon was warm and had something to eat, it turned sparkling green. But when it was cold and hungry, it turned gray and dull. How's the chameleon feeling when sparkling green? Happy. What happens when it's feeling, when it turns gray, what is it feeling now? Sad. Not so bright and green, but dull and gray. I'm going to teach us gray in sign language. All right, ready for a double high five? High five! And now we're going to turn so your palms are facing you. So your thumb should be like up. And you're just going to like move your fingers in and out. Gray. I know, it's a little funny. Just like in and out. Gray. When the chameleon is feeling sad, it turns gray. When the chameleon was hungry, it sat still and waited. Only its eyes moved up, down, sideways, until it spotted a fly. My friends, let's do some eye exercises, just like the chameleon. So you don't want to move your head. Your head must stay perfectly still. We're only going to move our eyes. So if you're a little confused, just watch me first. I'm not going to move my head. I'm just going to move my eyes. So watch my eyes. I'm going to look up. Can you look up too? You can look up at the ceiling where the sky would be. Now look down at the floor. Nice. Try not to move your head down. So I'm not turning my whole head down. I'm just moving my eyes down. Now can we look up again? And look down. And look up. And look down. Nice. Now let's move our eyes from side to side. So look out. Without moving your head. So don't do this. That's cheating. Just turn your eyes and try to look at one side of your home. Then the other side of your home. And switch. Looking side to side. Right to left. Can you go fast? Can you go up again? Can you go down? Can you go side to side? Up, down, side to side. Nice! It's really good to exercise your eyes. And just like the chameleon, he moved his eyes up and down, side to side, until it spotted the fly. Then the chameleon's long and sticky tongue shot out and caught the fly. That was its life. It was not very exciting, but one day, the chameleon saw a zoo. It had never seen so many beautiful animals. Let's look at the animals in the zoo. Which animals do you see? Wow, there's so many animals in the zoo. The chameleon thought, how small I am, how slow, how weak. I wish I could be big and white like a polar bear. And the chameleon's wish came true. But was it happy? No. My friends, the chameleon wished that it was big and white like a polar bear. And in one of my other videos, we talked about polar bear, and I said, I don't actually know how to say polar bear in sign language, but I always know how to say bear. Taking our two bear paws, we cross them, give yourself a little scratch on your shoulders. It's like a little bear hug. And I learned to say polar bear, you just say the word white first, because polar bears are white. So we're going to take our pointer and our thumb and pinch them. And we tend to like pinch your shirt away. But look, I'm not even touching my shirt. It's just the action, the movement. So we're going to say white bear. And that's polar bear. And we're going to come into a bear pose. Because bear pose is always so fun. My friends always love bear pose. So let's move our bodies. All right, so for bear pose, we're going to come into a downward dog to start. And you want to place your hands on the floor, and you want to place your feet on the floor. Remember, your head should never be on the floor in downward dog. You might hurt yourself. And your feet don't move for bear. Our hands move one at a time. So raise one hand first. Look up at your hand and roar like a bear. see you doing it. So I'm going to turn my bear to face your bears. And again, my feet don't move, just one hand goes up and roar! Hand down, switch hands, roar! Nice bears for the polar bear. And now let's see what happens next. The chameleon wished it was white and big like a polar bear, but it's still not happy. I wish I could be handsome like a flamingo. My friends, flamingos are a pink bird. And look, they got wings, pink wings, legs and feet, just like a flamingo. Do you think the chameleon's going to be happy with those things? It wasn't happy when it turned white like a polar bear. So I looked at the sign for flamingo. It's a little tricky, probably a little too tricky for most of my friends. I thought it was a little tricky for me. So let's just learn, we can say pink bird because flamingos are definitely a type of bird. And they're pink. So to say pink, we're going to make the letter P for pink. It's a little tricky. You might want to ask your special grown-up to help you with your fingers and your hands. We're going to make the peace sign. This is a peace sign. These are your peace fingers. Your pointer and your middle finger. And this is the tricky part. You're going to take your thumb and try to put it right in the middle. Now this is another important part. This is letter K in sign language. We don't want letter K. We want P. So you see that? You got to turn your fingers pointing down. That's P. And this is also really important. If you shake letter P, that's color purple. But are flamingos purple? No, they're pink. So you're going to take letter P and pet your nose. So Miss Ashley, the teacher who taught me sign language, thank you, Miss Ashley, she she told me a really good tip to remember the difference between purple and pink. She said, Miss Laurie, a lot of animals have a pink nose. So that's how you can remember this is pink and shaking down here is purple. So thank you, Miss Ashley. That always helps me remember. Oh, and let's put pink bird together. So pink bird for the flamingo. I wish I could be smart like a fox. And now look, it grew a tail just like a fox. Do you think that will make the chameleon happy? To have a fox's tail? I'm going to teach us how to say fox in sign language. So fox starts with letter F. And this is letter F in sign language. So just put your pointer and your thumb together. So you should have like a little hole. So this is F. And to say fox, you're going to take that little hole you made with your fingers and put it over your nose and wiggle it side to side. Nice. It's like a fox's snout. Fox. They usually have a long snout. And F for fox. That's a cool. I learned that one today too. That's a fun one. Fox. I wish I could swim like a fish. And now it has a fish's tail and fish flippers. This chameleon's getting all mixed up. Doesn't even look like a chameleon anymore. Do you think this will make it happy? Let's practice fish. I've taught us fish so many times. Hey, just like flamingo, fish, fox, letter F. But to say fish, we don't really need letter F. But we can high five Miss Laurie. High five. Tuck in your thumb. And now we're going to shake my hand. So now just move your hand side to side like a swimming fish in the water. Fish. I wish I could run like a deer. Ooh, what did it grow on the top of its head? A lot of deer have these. Antlers. And that's exactly how we're going to make our sign in sign language, using our hands for the deer. So, 2 high five hands. Should we do it? I know you want to. Ready? High five! So fun. Now put your thumbs to the side of your head, like at the top, and just leave your high five hands out. Those are your antlers for the deer. Awesome. Let's say deer together. Deer. I wish I could see things far away like a giraffe. And why did it grow so long, just like a giraffe? The neck. Giraffes have really long necks. And that's also how we're going to say giraffe in sign language. So take out your hand again, and we're going to like turn it. Don't actually hold your neck. Just put your hand right in front of it. There's no need to like touch your neck at all for the giraffe sign. And you're just going to grow your neck long using your hands. Giraffe. Giraffe. Just move your hand up. Giraffe. Because giraffes have long necks. So that's an easy sign to remember. And we can also come into our giraffe pose. And while we're in giraffe pose, we're going to just feel how tall it is to be a giraffe. So, let me just move this up so you can see my giraffe pose. Let's stand up nice and tall. And we're going to put our feet a little far apart in a wide stance. And you can even come up on your tippy toes a little. And we're going to go side to side while we're standing in our giraffe pose. So now you can see my feet. And this is what you should do with your feet. Or you can even go on your tippy toes more. Your choice. But I want you to see the top of my giraffe head. So we'll just raise this a little higher again. Awesome. And giraffes, so my legs stay just how I showed you before. And we're going to grow your giraffe necks long using your arms. And then look, my hands just go right on top of each other. So it kind of looks like a giraffe head. And now on our tippy toes, go side to side. And now we're going to repeat after me. Or we can say it together. Giraffes are so tall, but I am so small. Again. Giraffes are so tall, but I am so small. One more time. Giraffes are so tall, but I am so small. It's true, giraffes are so big. We're so small. So let's grow really, really, really small. Nice. And let's see what happens next in the story. Do you think the chameleon's going to feel happy turning into all these other animals? Let's find out. I wish I could hide in a shell like a turtle. Do you see the big green turtle shell on his back? I'm going to teach us turtle in sign language, and then we're going to come into a turtle pose and hide in our turtle shells together. So for turtle, I want to give you a thumbs up. Nice, just with one hand. And we're going to turn your thumb to the side. Right? Actually, no, I turned to the wrong side. You want to keep it. Let me put the shell on. Hold on. Take your other hand and put your shell on. Oh, yes. Okay, that's it. So you don't want to put it on the side. Keep it up. But you want to lower your thumb. That's what it is. This is going to be like your turtle head. And take your other hand and cuff it over. So that's your shell. And you can even move your thumb side to side. Turtle. And now let's come into our turtle pose. All right, so for turtle pose, we're going to sit on the floor. Start by bending your knees and pressing your feet into the floor. So you should look just like this to start. And now we're going to spread our legs. And take your arms, put your hands right in the middle of your legs. This is important. Good. And now push your hands under your knees. Ooh, there we go. And now we're in turtle pose. And then we tuck in our chin and look down. We're going to go and hide in our shells. Like this. Nice. While I'm in my shell, I like to take a deep breath, breathe in, breathe out. And how about we make a silly face on 3? 1, 2, 3. Hey, those are so silly. You really made me laugh. Okay, so now do you think the chameleon's going to be happy with the turtle shell on its back? Doesn't even look like a chameleon anymore. Let's see. It's starting to look so mixed up. I wish I could be strong like an elephant. And now it has an elephant head. Whoa. Do you see the long elephant trunk? That is how we're going to say elephant in sign language. So, for elephant, elephant starts with letter E. Sometimes my friends think elephant starts with L, because they don't realize it's elephant. And you don't really need letter E for elephant, but for some reason it looks more like a C for cat. And you're going to put it by your nose, and you're going to grow your trunk up. Just make a little elephant trunk. Thanks. Elephant. Let's come into an elephant pose. I love elephants. They're really beautiful animals. Alright, so for elephant pose, we're going to stand up nice and tall. And you're going to we need big elephant feet. Can you stomp them? Nice. And now let's put our hands together, hold them, and swing your elephant trunks while you stomp your big elephant feet. These elephants are huge. They're one of the largest mammals on land. I think they are the largest mammal on land. And now, I need help. My elephant sounds always need some help. We're going to raise our trunks and make a really loud elephant noise. 1, 2, 3. Whoa, that's awesome elephants. And now let's see what happens next. I wish I could be funny like a seal. And now it has seal flippers, seal feet. You know, when I read some of these books, it really makes me realize I need to review a lot of my animal parts, body parts. But I do know how to say seal in sign language, and it's really fun. Kind of like their flippers, their feet. Don't mind me. Okay, so for seal, I've never taught seal before, because I thought this was seal actually. I know it looks a little too similar to a penguin, but then I just reviewed it this morning. It was a totally different sign, so I don't know where I once saw this. So seal, we want to cross your elbows, and then you want to clap the back of your hands, because seals really do that. And I'm like, oh, this makes so much more sense. This is totally a seal. Sometimes you're gonna see seals doing shows at like an aquarium, or where there's water. It's pretty cute. So seal, and it's a little tricky. You can also ask your special grown-up to help you. And you just want to try to clap the back of your hands, just like a real seal. Nice. All right, so now, do you think the chameleon's going to feel happy with all of these different animal parts? Would you feel happy being all mixed up? Might be hard to get around. Got so many legs and feet. Got flippers and wings. Got antlers on his elephant head. Such a silly looking animal. Poor chameleon. Let's see what happens next. I wish I could be like people. And just then, a fly flew by. The chameleon was very hungry. But the chameleon was very mixed up. It was a little of this, and it was a little of that, and it couldn't catch the fly. How do you think the chameleon's feeling? You know, the chameleon may be feeling really hungry, and if it's hungry and it can't catch a fly to eat, it might be feeling sad. I know I get sad when I'm feeling hungry. Poor chameleon. Look, and for the people, it now has a hat. And it's holding an umbrella. I can actually teach us umbrella too. You need umbrellas when it's raining. So umbrella, make like 2 fists, put them together. I don't know if you've ever opened an umbrella, but they usually push up. Umbrella. That's pretty simple. Umbrella. And that was hat. And I'm going to teach us how to say people. So, before I was talking about letter P and K, because it's when you use your pointer finger and your middle finger, and you stick your thumb in the middle. And this is for people also starts with letter P. So we need, people are a lot, you know, it's more than just me, it'd be a lot of me, it'd be a lot of people. 2 P's, and then you're gonna like go in a circle. And that's people. I just learned this one this morning too. It was pretty fun. People. I'll show you on the side too. So I just make my 2 P's and go in like a circle. People. That was fun. I love learning new signs too. All right, so the chameleon really, really just wants to eat a fly now, but it can't because it's all these other animals. Do you think it still wishes to be all these animals? Or do you think it's better just to be itself, just to be a regular chameleon again? I always tell my friends, it's always best just to be yourself. And there's only one of you in the whole world. How cool is that? Why do you want to be like someone else? Just be yourself. It's the best. You'll usually feel happier that way too. Some life advice. I wish I could be myself. And the chameleon's wish came true. And it caught the fly. What a happy ending. So, did the chameleon need to be all the other animals? Did it need to be strong like a polar bear? Or tall like a giraffe? Or swim like a fish? No. The most important thing could be is itself, just the chameleon. Now it could catch the fly, and it won't be hungry. He'll feel so happy. How about we review rainbow for this beautiful rainbow at the end of the story? So for rainbow, we're going to take your hands in like a letter C shape, 2 of them, put them together at the top, and bring them down. It's the shape of an angel, of a rainbow, an arc shape. Rainbow. And the chameleon, I thought it'd be really fun to teach you a lizard pose for this mixed up chameleon. Because in the end, we didn't have to be a bear. We didn't have to be a giraffe. It was just best to be itself. All right, so for lizard pose, it's a tricky pose. It's definitely can be really hard. I usually help my friends in the classroom come into a lizard pose. So this is a really good time to ask your special grown-up, I need help, please. Miss Laurie says we're gonna do a lizard pose and I need help. Thanks. All right, so we're gonna move our body. I'm gonna need more room. And for lizard pose, we can always start at a downward dog. And you wanna raise one foot and bring it forward to the outside of your hand. And now that you see that one foot stays back, if this really hurts, you can always put your knee down. Relax a little, put your toes down. But I find my friends are usually really flexible, even more flexible than me, so usually you look great in this type of pose. And I'm going to come out of it just to show you my other leg facing you. So, I'm going to start my downward dog, and I'm going to bring my other foot out. So you see, it's not on the inside of my hand, it's on the outside of my hand. Like my leg is the furthest thing out. And I'm going to bend. Nice. So you could also stay like this on your hands. Or if you want a more challenge or something a little trickier, you can come down. I just bend my elbows and press my forearms into the ground. But if that's too tricky, to stay up here with me like this. And we can stick out our lizard tongue and do some chameleon lizard breath. I just made them up in my head right now. We can breathe in, breathe out through your nose, and stick out your tongue. Try to catch that fly. Let's do it over time. Ready? Awesome. And switch legs. Come down your other hand. I know it's also fun sometimes. You can bend your knees and try to jump into your frog pose. Isn't that fun? I love moving with my friends. I miss it so much. So my friends, I hope you have fun learning sign language for the Mixed Up Chameleon. And I'll definitely read more stories soon. I love you a lot. Bye, friends.